Malta, a tiny little island on the southern outskirts of Europe. Now you might wonder why anybody would come here at this time of the year. Maybe people would say because it's a tax haven. The food is good, life is not too expensive, and you can even get some sunshine at the end of October. At least sometimes. But Malta is also a rapidly developing poker hotspot in Europe. And who knows, it might soon be challenging places like Vienna or Prague. Now the name Malta actually goes back to the Phoenicians, and it means something like harbor or safe place, which is a very good name for an island that has been under siege for most of the last 3,000 years. In modern times, half of Europe has been trying to invade Malta, and the French went even as far as winning the inaugural event of the EPT here. Now the latest invasion is happening now, and it's the EPT Malta, and right after that the Battle of Malta with its 4th edition. And it's all happening here at the Casino Porto Marzo in St. Julian's. We've now arrived at the Grandmaster Suite. This is where the main event of the EPT takes place, and you can see the feature table right there behind me. 651 players have registered for the event, 95 are going to make the money, and the winner is taking home more than 600,000 euros. But the main event, of course, is not the only tournament that's taking place here. In fact, there are 76 different tournaments in 12 days of poker festivals. Some of them are turbos, deep stacks, hold'em events and Omaha events, and even a couple of curious mixed events. For example, the quintuple draw and the limit splitsville. Say what?
All right, here in Malta, we've got 4 special variants for you. We have quintuple draw, which is Badugi, Badesi, Badusi, Ace to 5 triple draw, and Deuce to 7 triple draw. And we also have quintuple stud, which is 7-card stud, 7-card stud high-low, Raz, super stud, and 5-card stud high, which probably hasn't been played in about 100 years. We also have Splitsville Dealer's Choice, which is basically a dealer's choice game, but it's every game that can be played split pot, which is Texas Hold'em, so we're playing even 2-card high-low, Pineapple, Omaha, Big O, as well as 6-card Omaha, which has a name, but it escapes me at the moment, as well as 7-card stud, super stud, even Raz Doogie, which probably very few people in Europe have ever played, but it's half Raz and half Badugi. And then, of course, you have like Badesi and Badusi, as well as split draw games. And the final one, which is, as I've mentioned to a few people, it says horse dealer's choice on the schedule, but that's not what you think it is. It's not traditional dealer's choice. It's regular horse, but the dealer will deal 3 cards to every player. The player on the button then looks at his 3 cards and tells everybody else what we're playing. So if he looks down and says we're going to play Hold'em, every player discards. If he looks down and says it's Omaha high-low, the dealer deals a 4th card to everyone, and if he picks any of the studs, he rolls a card, and then every player around rolls a card in order to his left. The reason we feel these are really important is because poker is a game. It's supposed to be fun. We all played at our kitchen tables with our families and all that, and these are games that no one is really ever going to get a chance to play unless we take a chance and put them out there. And we want people to really come and just have a blast. The things like Deuces Wild, All In or Fold, all of that stuff. We try and keep some of those at like €100 with €50 rebuys because we want people to just have fun, laugh, have a couple of drinks, sit down with a few of your mates, and just really enjoy poker without the pressure of a 5K main event or 1K, Estrellas or FPS. So we want poker to be fun, and we want everybody to have a good time. So that's why they're there.
The EPT and the Battle of Malta bring thousands of players to the little island in the Mediterranean. We were wondering how big the impact is of this on the business of the casino here. So we spoke to the general manager.
Battle of Malta started off 4 years ago in a very low-profile way. We had, for the first year, we had 360 players. Second year, we had 888. Last year, 1,477. And this year, we're hoping to get a little bit more than that. It was an exceptional good tournament and was awarded as the best tournament below 2,000 in Europe. So for us, it was a great success and above our expectation. And through a tournament like Battle of Malta, we managed to attract PokerStars' attention, and they came a few times to observe us from far away. And then I managed to speak with the senior management a few times, and eventually they decided to do EPT in in Malta. In March was a fantastic event. We achieved nearly 900, which 895 players for the main event, and they decided to do it again after 7 years, and that brings us to probably the elite of poker in Europe, because I believe only another casino in the past did it twice in the same year. Obviously the number are a little bit lower than expected, but it was forecasted by management through PokerStars. For the next year, I'm hoping to reach the figures that we reached in March, and I believe that we will. For us, it's been a great honor to host EPT twice, and I believe that now nobody in Europe out of the poker players can say that they don't know Porto Tommaso, because we become a reality. All the economy probably benefits from our poker that we generated, we create, you know. With the spin-off, honestly, because now I have even the restaurants, I have the hotel asking me for the schedule for the next year, you know, which is something I'm not even aware of, you know. We became so important for the local industry that they're all aware of our tournaments, and then they wanted to know in advance, trying to plan their operation just in advance, you know, which is a little bit strange when restaurants and something that I don't even know myself, because if they ask me for the next year, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know, because poker is a little bit different to forecast, because my account always asks me for the budget 1 year in advance. I don't even know what's going to happen in February. You know, it's just because people change idea, especially some organization in poker. Beside PokerStars, which they generally make their plan a year in advance, but other PokerStars organization do that twice, 2 months, 3 months before. Not much. So.
Now I know that if I tell you to come to Malta and play poker, you might think I'm not being totally objective. But maybe you would rather listen to somebody like Natasha Barber.
This is my first time in Malta, and this is my second EPT ever, and I'm really impressed by the venue. I'm impressed by the location they picked. Malta is such a pretty island. I didn't expect that. The food is amazing, nightclubs, drinking. There's so much to do after you bust a tournament, and actually they don't really give you a lot of chances to do nothing, because there's so many tournaments during the whole series. You have like 5 tournaments a day pretty much.
So this is the table where PokerStars hosted the Italian big game this week. And now I know this sounds like Silvio Berlusconi is playing high stakes Bunga Bunga versus Flavio Briatore, but actually it isn't. Instead, this is a new version of the popular TV show, The Big Game, where PokerStars has a couple of professional players playing one online qualifier named the Loose Cannon. Now, as this is the Italian version of the game, you won't see Daniel Negreanu or Phil Hellmuth here, of course. Instead, they brought in Jay Cody, recent WSOP Europe champion Kevin McPhee, and a French poker coach named Johan Viral. But of course, there are several high-profile Italian players here, and to find out who they are, we are now going to visit Italy country manager of PokerStars, Marco Trucco.
So we have arguably the best cash game players playing the Italian big game, as you would expect. Regarding the names, we had basically a few players that love the format. So they basically decided to participate from the first table. One is the Dario San Martino, one of the most the most famous Italian players. Had a very successful tournament career, but is also actually a phenomenal cash game player. We had, of course, some guests like Luca Pagano, the Italian team pro. We had Cristian Favale, who was a former Italian team pro online. We had Davide Suriano, who has a WSOP bracelet. We had several, let's say, very famous high rollers, and we had in this stop in Malta 2 world-class champions like Kevin McPhee and Jack Cody, who decided just to take part on this format as guests. Well, I decided to resume the big game format that was previously, of course, a PokerStars format aired mostly in the US, because the Italian market lacked a big game, a cash game product, televised or streamed cash game table. So I decided, well, we want to give a reason to great cash game players to come to our events, and so we need to give them an opportunity to play on TV. It's as simple as that.
So there you have it. Malta has a lot of poker potential. By the way, in the back there, that's the main event final table running right now. Check back to one of the PokerListings websites to find out who eventually won. And here ends our little journey into the EPT Malta. I hope we were able to show you a couple of things you don't usually see in poker videos, and we hope to see you again the next time when PokerListings goes EPT. Thank you and goodbye.